Okay, welcome to the FitterBuzz Nation team call. It is, what is today's date? The 24th of March. And as you guys know, I just got back from a trip with SS Beachbody, the Success Club trip. And so I came back a little bit empowered. That kind of happens when you get back from a trip. So I'm not the norm of making slides for team calls. It's usually like me, like chatting with you. But today I got tech savvy and I made slides. So hopefully you guys will appreciate them. I was up late last night working on them, but I really wanted to make sure that I shared with you, like I created posts that like I never made, like that never made it to to social media, to show you some things that I see that I'm like, please don't do this, so that you guys can see the, yes, like I will show you what to do and I'll show you what not to do. Before I get into that, I just want to take a quick second to remind you all that the 22-minute hardcore group starts on April 4th. I still need one volunteer to help Allie and I do our leadership portion of the group. This group is for all coaches, so all coaches can join, but also all coaches, as long as you are doing 22-minute hardcore, you can join. Don't want to like be like, okay, I can come on in. You have to be doing 22-minute hardcore and you have to be on Shakeology as a coach to be part of this challenge. But the bomb digs part about this challenge, if you guys have not taken part in a challenge group all together with me, they're so stinking fun. We have a lot of fun doing launch programs. They are so fun. And this time, every Sunday, we are giving away stuff to your customers, right? Just for participating. So we'll like give tumblers and containers and yeah. And Jess Hargreaves said that she would donate. She has a 21-day fix cooler bag that we can give away. Like you guys, it's going to be really fun. Your customers do not need to be doing Shakeology, though we know that like for best results, they should be. But, sometimes people have reservations. But they are 100% welcome to join. Thank you, Jess. Looking good in that bag. I'm excited about it. They have to be doing the program no matter what. And granted, I'll tell you this, a lot of the people who join without Shakeology see all these other people doing it, including the coaches who are sharing it. And what happens? They're like, I'm missing out. So 9 times out of 10, they jump on board with it. So it's a great opportunity to expose your customers to the program, get them best results, because we're going to have like, it's going to be kick-ass. I'm not kidding. And then, yeah. So I'll stop talking about that because that's not what the call is about, but I just want to make sure that I get one more volunteer. So message me if you are a FitterBuzz Nation coach, and yeah, I need one more. I think Allie might need more too. Allie needs one more too. Okay, so yeah, we still need some volunteers. So let your leadership shine. Let's start the call, right? Let me see if I can screen share here. Hold on a moment. Here's my killer slides, guys. Get ready for epicness. All right, can you see my screen? Yes, okay. Okie dokie. So, okay, how do I move that? Hold on a minute, can I move that? Do you guys see like my little participation box there or no? No, like the participants box, you guys can't see that, right? Okay, it's fine. I'll leave it there then. Okay, so we are talking about something that everybody needs to grow their business. Social media is the biggest way to grow your business. Yes, you guys can do a lot of stuff in person. You can do other things like events and that kind of stuff. But to be completely honest, social media is where it's at. And today I'm going to go over growing a Facebook following mostly, because that's where I grow my hold on. There we go. Oh, sorry. Told you I don't know how to do slides. So I grow my following on social media. And here's the thing. Growing a Facebook following takes some time and effort. It does. It is not something that happens overnight. But if you are consistent in doing the following actions, it'll happen and it will be epic for your business. So adding to your network daily, providing valuable content within your posts, being real and honest in sharing your story, posting 3 times a day. And I know that you guys are going to be like, well, I work full time. Don't worry, I'm going to help you with that. Have scroll stopping pictures. You need to be talking about coaching and how it has helped you, but you do not want to be vomiting Beachbody all over your Facebook page, but you have to be doing it fearlessly. If you do all of those things, I promise you, this social media, like crazed business, like we are like all over social media. And sometimes you probably say, oh, there's so many coaches out there. There really isn't. Here's the thing. You guys follow a lot of coaches, so they end up in your news feed. There are a lot of people out there who follow no coaches and they are not in their news feed. So this is so very important that you get this down so that those people are attracted to you. So here's the deal. Adding 3 to 5 people to your network daily is vital. I'm going to say that again because it is vital. Adding 3 to 5 people to your network daily is vital, right? But not only just adding them, you have to build meaningful relationships and connections with these people. So how do you do that? How do you add 3 to 5 people, but also build a relationship with them? Well, you have to find people who are like you, because that's who's going to connect with you. You have to find people who are like you. And how do you do that? Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram, and friends of friends, right? And I'll kind of go a little bit over how I do it. I'm sure Allie's team has heard how she does it, but I'm just going to share quickly how I do it. And that is, I have interests, and I'm going to kind of show you in a later slide what my interests are. But I have that particular interest, and for example, naturally healing ADHD is a big one for me. I do that for my son, and I'm in a lot of groups that have to do with ADHD, natural healing, diets, and that kind of stuff to heal it. So a lot of my friends that I find on Facebook have similar interests in that. So I go into my groups and I make a crap ton of friends. Some of my day, when I'm having my working hours, I can't even call it work because I'm like making friends, like, hey, like best buds. Like, and I get to tell you, like, the people, I actually love them. Like, I love the adding to your network. So many people find it really tedious and scary. Honestly, if you go out there and you're like finding people who are like you, it's really fun. It is really fun to make friends on your social media. So you go in, you have a conversation with somebody, you bring it to private message, you continue the conversation, like you leave in comments, or even sometimes like yesterday, there was some people in the Disney group because I'm going to Disney World in October. And I had some questions. I was like, oh, do you know when the Not So Scary Halloween party is? And I messaged this person privately, hey, saw that your idea of checking the schedule for when Magic Kingdom closes, because if it closes at 7, I can almost bank that that's a day that the Not So Scary Halloween party is. And what a brilliant idea. The person was like, thanks, and I kid you not, the girl gave me such value because she knew all this stuff about Disney, but in the same time, like I said at the bottom here, be interested, not interesting. I was interested in every single thing she had to say, but genuinely, because I needed that information. And that's where you need to find your people. Because if you're sitting there like kind of making stuff up or like asking random questions because you don't really know what to ask, that's where like it's not real and it's going to be tedious. Adding 3 to 5 people will take you for like hours and hours because you're kind of at a loss. But when you find your niche and you find your people, it's so easy. So easy. So you want to ask questions, have conversations, and have so much fun doing this, because that's where the relationship part is. Because if you're just adding people and there's no relationship there, it's not going to happen for you. The likes are not going to happen because they're not relating to you. But if you're having that behind the scenes like conversations, that's where the magic is. So, okay, so now we talked about the magic behind the scenes, but what about in front of the scenes? What about on your Facebook? What is valuable content? And like, how do you keep it real? So valuable content is like the small snippets of your story. Sometimes you can do a longer story, but you kind of have to earn that with your following. You don't, like me, for example, when I started, I couldn't write a post that was like long. I couldn't because no one was going to read it. I didn't have that I didn't earn my following yet. So you want to do like smaller snippets of your story so that people kind of are interested to read. Oh, that Allie Goodman, she is something. Like her son, he just cannot stay in his bed. Like seriously. And so like that right there, that's part of her story. And I know like you might have been like, oh, mind blown, that story. Like, but it is. That is part of her story. Her kiddo can't, like, he climbed, like, if you guys have been following her, he was in a crib. Then he wasn't in a crib. Then he was climbing furniture. Then now he's on a mattress. I don't know if he's in a bed yet. I don't know yet. I'm still following the story. So I know right now he's on a mattress that's on a carpet, so that if he lands out of the mattress, at least you hope he ends up a little bit on the carpet, but 90% of the time he's not quite there. But that's the story and people are following it. So next, like that's just like a small part of the story. And then you can share like life lessons. So I'm trying to think, okay. You guys know that Jackson, well, you might not know if you don't follow me, but my coaches probably know Jackson fell on the pool deck and on the cruise, and he lost a grown-up tooth and he has stitches and the whole shebang. The life lesson there, I shared about like having a kiddo with ADHD. And I kind of like, if you have a like page, like I shared a little bit here and a little bit there, and I know that I'm getting notifications. I don't know how to check them with my screen being shared because I have no cursor. So bear with me. So I share those things as life lessons, like, okay, made it through that. Or many of you know that I lost pregnancy between my kiddos. I have an angel baby, and that was really hard for me. That was something that was really hard for me to share, really hard. And I didn't share it for a really long time. But once I did, something amazing happened. I became very real. So I'm real when I share Jackson's tooth falling out. Do you even understand how many people told me my brother did that? I did that. Like so many people, and actually it helped me to know, okay, well, they weren't toothless their whole life. Like, it adds value to them because they can relate. But also, like when I share my story about Sweet Alice, it's the topic that no one talks about. So I say I'm a mom of 3 and I have 2 living children. And that is a topic that is not talked about. And many, I don't want to cry. I'm not gonna. I always cry on a call, and I'm sorry, guys. It is one of those things that because it isn't talked about, when I talk about it, people like feel so connected. And actually it lifts a weight off of my shoulders because I'm able to put it out there. It's not this thing that I'm holding in tight. I'm putting it out there and people are relating. And, on her birthday, I always wish her a happy birthday. And I just do. And that's how it is. And it is amazing. And it's quite heartwarming, I guess, when people message you and say, my baby's name is Joshua, And he, that's actually somebody who messaged me. And so a lot of my following have been through that as well. And honestly, once they know that you, like, there's probably people that have gone through so much in their lives that is very similar to yours, but until you put it out there, there's no connection. You put it out there and they're so all of a sudden completely and utterly connected to you. So how to create or make something as far as content, you'll make a list. You're going to make a list of your interests and things that are about you. And I show you in another slide, I promise, on how to do that. I already talked about this, the struggles and how you overcome them. So when you talk about, like Jackson's teeth, like I didn't make like this crazy long post. I don't know what you can see because I can only see Allie in the corner because you guys are all small. So if you can see me, I didn't make this really long post of like, here's the entire story of what happened. It was snippets. So here we are, and this is Jackson's lip. This is what life has brought us. We're on the last day of our trip, and here it is. Then I shared, going to the dentist in Florida and how we had to stay longer. Then I shared the other day how we got the stitches taken out. So it's like a progression. So you get the story, and your following is following this story. Trust me. So just like I know Allie's entire saga with the bed, right? So people are following Jackson's lip, and then you get like people in the comments talking about like, oh, because I talked about how they anticipate that it will scar. Then you have, oh, that, put this on it, put that on it, like giving me advice and telling me their story, right? Excuse me, I have the worst postnasal drip, and if I sniffle, I am so sorry, so disgusting. So, also what are you good at? That stuff you can share. So if you're good at knitting, great. If you're good at cooking, share recipes. Everything doesn't have to surround Beachbody on your Facebook. And in fact, I don't want it to. Yep, I know. You're probably like, whoa, mind blown again. You don't want my whole Facebook to be Beachbody? No, I don't. I definitely don't want your Facebook to be all Beachbody all the time. What I do want from you is I want you to be sharing things that you're good at. If you're good at doing hair or special braids, teach people that. There are people that do nails and they can do crazy art. And I'm not talking about like MLM stickers. I'm talking like they can do something like creative. And there are people, I garden. So in the summertime, you'll see my tomatoes and you'll see or when I go to my CSA, like people love to know about my CSA every year without a fail. People want to know who my CSA is because I share, like I get jams and jellies and rutabaga, whatever. So like people are like so excited about that. So think about what you're good at. And as we get going, you're going to make a list. So when you're keeping it real and you're sharing your struggles, don't lie. Keep it real. Okay? You don't need to come up with some storyline or anything else. You don't need to be perfect. And when you share your struggles, make sure you're not complaining. You share your struggles, but you share them in a positive light and how you can overcome them, because that's inspiring. That's what's going to make people want to follow you. Because yes, things are hard. Everybody has hard shit in their lives. Everybody. But it is how you deal with it that makes them connected to you. How you deal with it and how you overcome it. And then that's inspiring to them because they can get past it, whatever they're going through in their lives. Whether it's exactly the same or just they can relate to the way you're feeling. Okay, so you're going to post 3 times a day at least. I know you're probably like, holy crap. But this is the thing. Here's how you're going to come up with your content. I need you to make a list. This is my list. This is what I share on social media. Mom life, ADHD, natural living, food allergies, fitness, healthy eating, Disney travel. And I didn't put this because it's only in the summertime, but my gardening. I share those things. And people can expect that from me. They expect that from me. One post a day at least needs to be about fitness, Beachbody, motivation. And I'm not saying it's a stock picture of something. What it is intertwining it into your life. So I'm going to show you some examples in a little bit, but when you see top coaches post, when you see Allie post, when you see me post, when you see Mindy Wender post or Janelle Summers, do you ever see a stock photo of 21 Day Fix or a cluttered picture with lots of writing? No, you don't. And there's a reason for that, because it doesn't get traction. People aren't going to stop and say, whoa, that's a great picture. I should read that post. But if the picture is of you, has good lighting, and is amazing, and I'm going to teach you how to do that, it will stop them and they will see what you're doing, because that picture is going to stop them, and then they're going to read. You don't need to spell it out for them in the picture with words, but you can spell it out in an action of you doing something in the picture that makes them want to stop. So with the 3 posts a day, I highly suggest getting buffer. I have it. Allie has it. A lot of my team have it. Here's why. If you work, you can still get your 3 to 4 posts in a day. And I know Allie does something kind of smart. Not that she doesn't do other stuff smart, but this is something that I don't do that I think is super smart. She often does the day before. So her workout from the day before is her morning picture the next day. And so that way she always has it planned ahead, and she can write something meaningful with that picture rather than just 21 Fix in the bag. Whoop! That's not going to grab somebody. Because if you're posting that every day, and it's a sweaty selfie every day, or it's your same workout every day, and there's nothing different, and it's every day the same thing, and it looks the same every day. So it's a rough place, because, sorry, Allie's laughing at me, but it is. It's rough because that's not inspiring anybody. And in fact, you're probably getting a lot of unfollows because they're tired of seeing it. Here's the deal. You need to be fearless when you share your story. If you live your life from your heart, share from your heart, and your story will touch and heal people's souls. I know it's scary, so scary. I have goosebumps thinking about the things that I've shared. But every time I have done it, I have felt a weight off my shoulders that has helped it heal me. And I have inspired and helped thousands of others who follow me. And that right there is purpose enough for me, aside from growing my business. Because yes, it grows your business, but we're not in this to just sell challenge packs. We are here because we want to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. If we're living healthy and fulfilling lives ourselves by sharing or inspiring or helping somebody, then we're doing our job. Whether we sold a challenge pack or we sold Shakeology or someone's doing 22-minute hardcore, because we know that fitness makes it all work. We do. And that's like the silver lining. But how do you get people there to want to be better, to want to be healthy? You have to inspire them, and you have to share your story, and you have to help them. Because there are a lot of people who relate to what you've been through and your struggles, but how you got out of it, it's going to help them too. So don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Okay, scroll stopping. How do you make it scroll stopping? Sorry, I went to really little sad part, but I'm not going to be sad anymore. I do this. If you guys are on calls with me a lot, I get a little sad, not sad, like emotional. I cry a lot on my team calls, but hey, you guys know it's me. So, that's why a lot of my team calls it private, because I'm like, I cry. So How do you make a scroll stopping post that engages your following? Right? Like, how do you do it? But what does it look like? Okay. Pictures and videos do the best. Like having a picture and a video, videos actually are like number one. If you can jump that far out of your comfort zone and do a video, you'll be really happy you did it, because that gets in the newsfeed the best. I'm not talking a 5 to 10 minute video about your life and how Beachbody's changed your life and da 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 da. Yes, those are great in the right place. I'm talking like 1 to 2 minute videos that about anything. It can be about Beachbody. It can be about your fitness, but it also can be like, hey, like in a motivational morning or something you've been through that day but things are looking up. Whatever it is that you're sharing, just keep it under 2 minutes. Promise me, because on Facebook, that's like the amount of time you have before that they go, okay, it's done, unless you've earned that. You have to earn the 5 to 10 minute post. You'll see top coaches post something long, but they've earned that because their following wants to hear it. So if you're still earning that following, 1 to 2 minutes, boom, that's it. Now your posts and videos should have you or your family in them. No stock pictures, no like random quotes, though sometimes that's okay. And I know like every time I go, but there's like a little like doorway for that. There is. But most of the time, you and your family with a clean background, you don't want laundry and, do I have laundry back here? No. This is where I unloaded my suitcases, because there very well could have been laundry back here. But you don't want laundry. You don't want open cabinets. You don't want dishes in the sink. You don't want toys all over the place, unless that's what the topic is, unless that's what you're talking about, like mom life, and like you have a picture and you're like screaming because there's like Legos everywhere or whatever. Like keeping it real like that is cool. But like in the most part, you want clean background, good lighting, and no awkward angles. Like you don't want to be doing a video with someone looking up your nose. You don't want to be doing a video where like it's down here and they're like down, and facing up. You want it eye level. You want your pictures eye level. You don't want pictures where like it's awkward and like we're looking at your crotch, your butt. I've seen it. And you're like, why? Just be conscious of that stuff, because honestly, people are also saying, why am I looking at your crotch? Just be conscious of angles of where your camera is. Now, don't have like the text in your picture should be almost 0 to none. So on your picture, I don't want to see like a ton of stuff. I know for a while, this is the thing. Sometimes things used to be in and then they're out. What works a year ago doesn't work now. So if you have, like on occasion, throw a motivational quote on your picture of you doing something. This does not need to be every single day where you have text all over your picture and crazy designs and what's it called? Borders and all this crap. Don't do it. It's not eye-catching. In fact, it's kind of like, okay, that's a Beachbody coach. Pass, and they go right past. So don't do it. Promise me, really. Like, let's pinky swear on it. Pinky swear on it. So the text will go in your post, right? And you want to have value in that. This is not right. Got my 21-day upper fix in today. Score. Like, yeah, like good for you. High five. Like, no, there has to be more content in that adds value to them. Something they can relate to. Was your workout tough to get going? Did you not want to do it? Things like that is what they want to hear. Was it a struggle? Did you nail it after 5 times? So here's an example. I did upper fix today and I upped my weights. So I didn't really, but this is an example. So if I had done upper fix and I upped my weights, I can say, today I upped my weights. I landed I was at 5 pounds and now I'm at 10, and I've only done this workout 3 other times. I feel awesome. I can't believe how this is making me feel. On to the next day. That's just an example. Like, that was off the top of my head. But what I'm saying is you're not just like doing hashtags and like, yes, high five to me, I'm awesome. No, you're adding value by telling them, okay, here's my progress. And you can even do one more and say, do you lift weights? And what that does is you end it with that, and you're going to find out, I almost lost my headphones. You're going to find out who is working out in your following, which is like awesome to know. So like, the more questions you ask, the more engaged your following is going to be. Here's an example. This was a video, so it doesn't look that good because I screenshot it, but here we go. So we had a few crazy days, gonna admit. What got us to work out was this bad boy is only 22 minutes. Who doesn't have time for that? Hating joining us at the end was an added perk too. 22-minute hardcores and BOD. Loving 22-minute hardcores core and BOD for allowing me to stream. I purchased it last night and didn't have to wait for it to ship. So here what I did was, I said I didn't want to do my workout, that my life has been crazy, but I had time for 22 minutes. I also said that I purchased it yesterday and I'm already doing it, because let's be honest, guys, if you aren't sharing Beachbody On Demand, get on it. And I'm not saying add a stock photo. Notice I just kind of added it in here. Beachbody On Demand is one of our top things right now. It is going to be your moneymaker if it isn't already. Because here's the thing, everybody will be on Beachbody On Demand. They're kind of moving over to that. Have you noticed all the new things that they're adding all the time? If you're a coach and you don't have Beachbody On Demand, get it. Get it. You should have it. It has all the old programs. You have sneak peeks for all the new programs. When I see coaches come in and ask about a program in a coach group, my mind is blown, because Beachbody On Demand has a sneak peek for you, or it has the entire program. Don't ask, go do it. Go try it out. Go find out. And that's what's going to share. You know what you can tell your customer, you know what, I'm going to try it. It's on Beachbody On Demand. I'll let you know what I think. Or, hey, you could try it for free. You have it free for 30 days. And even after that, it's only $2.99 a week. And I stinking love it. If you don't have it, it's like, why not? So I told my team this. I know Allie's team is on here. I told them that, a good 40% of my volume is from on demand. And if yours isn't, why? That's the thing. Everybody should have on demand. It's so cheap and it keeps your customers going. That's my side note on Beachbody On Demand. I had to point it out because it's awesome. So yes, I did a video. This video was Hayden working out with Dan and I. I have a tripod. You don't need one. I have one. It's $14.95 off Amazon. Is it up here? No, it's not. I'd show you if it was up here. It's down in my gym. It's great. You can do levels. You can angle it. And that way you can see what's doing. That's going to help your angles so that you're not like crotch shotting it on social media, So definitely a good way to take pictures too. I often take video and then screenshot the video. Like, I'll take video, and if I want a picture, I'll just screenshot it within the video. Okay. So we don't always need to post workout pictures to add value. This is Bonnie Engel. And guys, this lady started 2 years ago. I must say again, 2 years ago, and she's in the top 10. It's her social media. If you go after this call and look at it, her pictures are great. This makes me want to stop. Look how fun she is. Her husband's in the background, And she's adding value. She's eating green tea, she's drinking green tea, and she talks about it. Right? That right there is value. You don't need like a decade-long post to add value. That adds value. The lighting is good. It's a fun picture. It's eye-catching. I went to her page to just find a picture. I was like, oh, let me check this out. And I was like, boom, first picture. I didn't even need to, like, and then I kept scrolling like, man, she is good. I'm telling you guys, she's a person to check out. I'm not saying copy any of her posts, but use her for inspiration. Get ideas of how to take pictures. Notice how close it is. Sometimes the new thing is right now, it's like to have part of your face in, like that's eye-catching, but be careful because eventually it will be out. But you might as well use it now while it works. Okay, this is Jessica Pasola. Notice she's telling about her life essentially. She's getting on an airplane. She has a healthy salad. She's talking about eating healthy, and her life is a healthy life. She shows that she is healthy every day on her social media. She's not talking about, I'm pointing like you guys can see. I don't know if you can. She's not talking about Beachbody here. She's talking about her healthy life and eating healthy. She asks the question, what's your favorite travel foods? She has over 156 likes on it and lots of people answering. Now, yes, her following is already large. So she has 156 likes. I don't know what your social media like norm is. Is 10 likes your norm? Is 20 likes your norm? It takes time to get to 156. It does. But these are kind of posts that get you there. And adding to your network, like I said, was vital, and making those connections. She talks to, I guarantee, I talked to her. She lives the next town over, so I see her every Super Saturday. Talked to her at the Star Diamond dinner when we were here. Gosh, it was, I think January was the last Super Saturday. So we were there and we were chatting. She talks to over 30 people a day. Of course her likes are like that, because behind the scenes, she's chit-chatting it up with people. And I'm telling you, that sounds like a lot. And I'm sure you're thinking, when do I have time for that? You get very effective. So start with 2 people, start with 3 people, then move to 5. You get effective in your hour, the more you do it. So, it doesn't mean you need to do 30 today, but if you watch the top 10 panel, Anita Myron, and I shared it and I gave it to Allie. So you guys, if you haven't watched it, make sure you do. There's mega tips there. And Anita Myron talked about how when her first year, she talked to 30 people a day, just like Jessica. Okay, that's a lot. But if you want it, you want this business to work, you want to build relationships, and you want to be a top 10, 15-star diamond coach, you go do it. So that is why Jessica, I think, is 15-star qualifying. She's been coaching 2 years. Here's Allie. Okay, here's another great post. Now you can see, like, you can do close-ups, you can do side-by-sides. This post, Allie earned this long post. Okay, I'm not saying that anybody else on this call hasn't earned it. You might have. I don't know your social media following. Allie's earned this, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's a long post, but go back and check it out. It was only a few days ago, and here, essentially, she tells her story. She tells the story of this dress, and she tells her life experiences and what it means to be in the right, on the side on the right. That's her after. She's on the right, she's smiling. And we don't see the heartache and the struggle in the middle. She spells it out in the words in her text. She doesn't have pictures words all over it trying to tell people about her life in this picture. People stop and read it because it's eye-catching. Why is she wearing the same dress? She looks pretty similar in that, and it fits her in both pictures. What's the deal? So I'm not going to go over exactly why this is epic, because you need to read this post and you need to see and pay attention to how she wrote it. Pay attention to what she said, her feelings. the struggles. Those are the things that pull people in to want to keep reading. Short and sweet. Is this kid not the cutest? Okay. Micah Folsom was top 10 last year. She's been coaching 2.5 years. Again, why is she top? Because of this stuff. Not because her kid is stinking adorable, which he totally is. Notice he's up close. The background is a little bit further away. Like, get creative in your pictures. They need to be eye-catching. This picture is scroll stopping because of how it is. Here he is hanging out poolside. They forgot their swimsuits. Mom life, right? If you're a mom, I've done that. I'm sure others have. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Yep. Totally done that. Now, her following obviously is a bunch of moms because she has over 300 likes on this picture of her kiddo by the pool because he can't go in because she and he have no swimsuits. Perfect, right? That's her story. That's part of her story. So sometimes when you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have nothing to post today, look around. She had nothing to post. She made a post. She's sitting by the pool and she's like, oh, this is good. Like sometimes I'll go down, my kids are playing on tablets. Like we've done nothing all day. I'm like, oh shoot, let me take a picture of them taking, like they're on, let me take a picture of them playing on their tablets. We take a picture and then it's something every kid does. They play on their tablets. But what do you say about it? I take the story. So they're playing together in a world in Minecraft. And like, you can hear them fighting or whatever. And we talk about, I'll talk about that. Don't wreck my whatever. And it's not in real world. It's in their Minecraft. And then everybody else chimes in with, oh, my kids do that too, except it's my husband and my son. And like, that stuff cracks me up. And that's real life. That's your story. It doesn't have to be some like life-shattering thing that's going on. It can be your baby by the pool and you forgot your swimsuit, or your kids playing on the swing set, or your kids doing this or that. But make sure it's valuable in what you say. And sometimes it doesn't have to be anything life-shattering, just something that people can relate to, because your boring life is their boring life. You don't have to have this crazy life that's so far-fetched. In fact, that isn't relatable at all. So if you look too perfect, they're not going to reach out to you. This is real. Oh, look at that. I can see the chat. Now, how do I remove the chat? Okay, now I can't see my screen. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me move this chat over. And play. Okay. Here's the thing. Don't be afraid to talk about how coaching has helped you. Here was one of my first ones, and I waited too long. I waited too long to post this. This got over 450 likes. I paid off some debt, and Beachbody helped me do it. But do you know all the things that happened before then? My health, my family's health, paying off my Shakeology. I haven't paid for Shakeology since my second month of coaching. Why have I not told people that? That's a big deal. Because many people are like, well, shit, Shakeology is expensive. I can't be a coach. No, it's really not. We know that. They haven't found the value in it. But what they can find value in is knowing that if they sign up as a coach, they probably don't have to pay for it either. That's a big deal. Have you talked about how you've made friends, the accountability that you have now that you're a coach, your weight loss, your mindset, your outlook on life because of your personal development, your financials? Like, okay, so I make a full-time income. If you don't make a full-time income yet, that's okay. You don't need to be making over $1,000 a week to be a successful coach. If you're making $50 a week, that's somebody's grocery bill that they might not have been able to like buy their kid a special treat. But that $50 would allow them to get ice cream with their groceries and put maybe something in savings, or put money towards a health bill, or some other, like their electricity bill, or something that they're struggling with. Don't be afraid, because that little bit in your mind, because you're comparing yourself to my income or Michael Folsom's, which I still look at, I'm like, holy crap. But like, that's the thing. There are people who make more than me. But there are also people who look at me and say, oh my gosh, I wish I made her, so I can't share that. I shared this, and there are people that have paid off far more bigger things than I have. And there are people who are starting out, and you know what? They're sharing that they didn't pay for their Shakeology. And you know what? They're growing fast. Their business is growing fast because they're sharing. And daily, they incorporate it into their posts that they're a coach. So if you look at your Facebook page, and in the last day, 2 days, 3 days, there is no inkling that you're a coach, who's going to join you? Nobody, because they don't know they can. So being sure to share that you are a coach and how it's helped you, and letting them know that you can join them, that they can join you, that's it. That's the moneymaker. Because they're going to change their lives now too, because your life is changing. Whether it's financially or your health, your kids' health, you know, your mindset, how you feel with the great friends that you've made. You know, I will say, if you're talking financials, make sure that you somehow incorporate the disclaimer. It's on the bottom. You can also find it in your Coach Online office. It really is, it is like, see how it says it depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. So think about that. Are you putting in the effort? Are you diligent? We're giving you the skills, so we know you have that. Are you executing it? Then it will happen. Then that income that they can't guarantee, but many people are getting, it'll happen. So make sure you add that. I needed to make sure I pointed that out, because it's something to ask yourself when you see that disclaimer. Are you putting in efforts? Are you diligent? And are you putting in the skills that your upline is offering you? Whether it's me, Allie, Mindy, Janelle, Christine, all of those amazing coaches put out valuable information for us. So if you're not tapping into it and executing it, I can't tell you how many coaches know a ton of stuff and never execute it. There's so many. Some people who know the back office inside and out. They know every single rule and guideline, but they don't ever use any of it. So take this call and make it happen today. Today, tomorrow, every day. It's my soapbox now. Okay, here's a coach post. She talks nothing about her income. I'll tell you this about this lady. Her average Success Club is 30 to 40 points a month. Right? She's on my mastermind call. She's amazing. She shares openly, honestly, and she's fearless. She's from Mississippi. That big old leap, because she's from Ole Miss. And that's her story. People relate to her. This was her like New Year's post, I think. She earned that long post. Yours will be shorter if you haven't earned the long post. But it's eye-catching. It's not colorful. It's black and white. But check out her gun show. Check out her abs. If you don't look like that, that's okay. Talk about where you have come. Coaches come in all shapes and sizes, up and down. If you go on any trip, Success Club trip, Summit, Super Saturday, if you're not going to Super Saturday, get your ass there. You will see there are coaches of all shapes and sizes. There are elite coaches that are not paper thin. They are working towards a healthy life and they share it daily. You do not need to look like this lady to be successful. You do need to share. See how the text is what I'm going at, not her gun show. But yeah, that's scroll stopping because she has guns. And eventually everybody on this call will too, because we live a healthy, fulfilling life. And that's the story of it. People are following your story, whether you lost 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whether you're anorexic and you're getting healthy, whether you've been bulimic in your life and you're trying to learn how to eat healthy. There is a story of health within every one of us. And that is important to share. So when you're posting, here, I'm going to give you the do's and don'ts here on pictures. You're going to post fitness posts, but you're not going to vomit Beachbody. They can be inspiring and not salesy. Here are some don'ts. I made this on Canva last night, and I had to ask Allie if it was bad enough because I'm not used to making bad pictures. Don't ever use your link on your picture or in the text of the post, ever. That's like the worst, and I see it all the time. It's like, stop doing that. It's terrible. This border is crazy busy. There's a lot of text on here. It's taking away from my before and after, actually, because I'm looking around at all this stuff and I'm like, okay. And honestly, if I saw this in the newsfeed, beep, pass it. Why? Because it's salesy. It's salesy. Here's another one. Your side-by-side pictures should be side-by-side. Don't split them up, make a collage with all this crap everywhere with your program and the words. And I'm sorry, Allie, she's laughing at me, but it's true. I see it every day in my newsfeed. A side-by-side is ample. You don't need to it's too hard. It's too hard for me to see that this part and that part are before and after. And I got to okay, let me zoom it in. No one's going to do that. If they have to zoom in on your picture to see, you can see mine because it's big on my screen because it's a screen share. But on Facebook, it's tiny. Or on your phone, you're like, oh shit, hold on. Nobody's looking like that. Don't do that. Don't put all this text. Don't spread it out. Don't make it a collage side by side. You can put before and after and the dates if you want. Not needed. It's not needed. But if you want, feeling like you need to use one of those apps you spend $1 on, all right. Here it is. Do you see the difference? Do you see how clean it is? The pictures are side by side. Both pictures are the same size. One's not bigger and the farther, both of them are the same size. I'm in similar clothing. Before is on the left, please. Every time you make a picture with before and after, don't put your before on the right. We read from left to right. Put your before on the left. Everybody, you don't want somebody to look at your picture and say, oh man, she got worse. It happens. I've had people go, they're like, what do you think? And you're looking at it and you go, which one's the before? That's another thing. If you don't have results, if you can't see them and you're asking, hey, can you see these? Probably not. Not every progress post has to have a before and after. You can have progress in your eating. You can have inches lost, but you don't need to share the picture if you can't tell. You can have pant size change. Show yourself holding the new pants. You don't always get creative. This is just an example because this is my before. That's my 2012. That was I don't have abs like that. Maybe I need to make a picture of that being my before and how I look right now because I just went to Cancun. I did some things. I ate some stuff. That's real. It's real. But the thing is there's so many ways to share. Don't always think you have to have this before and after if there isn't anything to visibly see. Share your new eating habits. Share, there's so much as far as your new lifestyle that maybe you used to sit and eat a tub of Ben and Jerry's every night, but that was a real deal for me. I'm not making that up. I used to eat a pint of Ben and Jerry's. Rocky Road. So good. But that's the thing. other people do that. Share that stuff. Share that now you're drinking your Shakeology, or you made Shake-O ice cream, or you have some new recipe. Honestly, the more you share what you're doing, the more people are drawn to you. So yes, we know that before and after pictures are amazing. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. There's so much more to share. And if you're questioning, can you tell a difference? Maybe you shouldn't share it. Wait until you can. Because you will. There's no rush to share this stuff. Notice there's no borders. And I like it when there's no bar in between at all. Like, that's just me. That's my personal preference. You can have the bar in the middle where it's like framed. Don't make the frame like multicolored or whatever. If it's white or black, fine. But like, don't get crazy. And it's not covered in words. Like, I don't have all this text all over it. You know, for a launch, yeah, I'll put the program on the center because it's a launch. That makes sense. Like, I'll put the like the transparent logo so that it's on there, but there's not like all this crazy stuff, and it's small. It's not like everywhere. And that's only for a launch. So like, you'll see me put 22-minute hardcore on my picture once we finish our test group, because I want people to know that that's how I did it. But if you've done like 50 programs and and it's not a launch program and you don't need it, it's just clean and beautiful. People will stop. I promise. Your text is not stopping them. Okay. Do you think this is scroll stopping? There's no words. This is how it was exactly posted. This is an Instagram post. All hashtags, no text. A bag of Shakeology, some fruit, a container. Okay. Do you look at it and go, this is awesome? Or do you think it could be better? Yeah, it could be better. Here's how. You have to be in the picture. And notice, like, yeah, I'm on the Success Club trip, so I added this other picture of me holding my cup. Don't kiss your cup, please. Been there, done that. Don't do it. Don't kiss it. Yeah, I know you love it. Yeah, don't. Please don't. Here's the thing. Notice my text. I have a cold. Boo, right? Sad face. I'm reading this out just so that people who are driving or whatever listening to the call. No one wants to feel like crud on vacation, but at least the early morning poolside bar is serving bottomless cups of Shakeology to help me kick this cold. Life is good. Cafe latte is the bomb. Here's the thing. I added value. I didn't go, buy this from me. You can buy this at my website. Here's the link. I just let them know that I drink it and that I drink it daily, and that it's going to help me kick my cold. Sometimes I talk about the dense nutrition. There's so much to talk about. There's a podcast that you can listen to that Darren O'Lean teaches you all about Shakeology. So if you feel like you don't know enough about Shakeology, go research it. I will tell you that as a coach, I didn't have guidance. I didn't have guidance to message somebody and say, can you tell me what the answer to this is? Or can you tell me about this, that, or the other? Can you tell me what the sale is? Can you tell me what's good in Shakeology? Can you tell me about the ingredients? I researched it. Researching it is going to get you everywhere. Because going to an upline coach, a sponsor coach, or whoever is your go-to person and asking is going to go in one ear and out the other, because all you did was ask and get the answer. But when you research something, it stays. So be sure to do that. Go get them. Go do it. Like, if you want something, go research it. Don't make it like, let me message my sponsor first to get the answer. You know, be a go-getter. Okay, what's wrong with this? And I'm going to tell you, I posted this. This is a real post that I posted, I want to say 2 years ago. I will say this was kind of the in thing to post. So was I wrong? A little. Would it be wrong today? Yes. This is not something that's going to attract anybody today because the things change. So look at it. It's very salesy. The product is there. I'm talking about the trial membership and the free shipping and the $2 shipping, the free group, the program. That's it. You know, I don't need to just tell you any more of what's wrong with it, but how would I make it better? It's me with my containers. I shared about my fitness journey a bit, and how I wasn't good at counting calories, and that I sucked at it, and that people were telling me to use MyFitnessPal. And I'll tell you, I was not a fan of MyFitnessPal. It was too much work. Like, you type it all in, you get your phone, you're looking at your phone all day, putting all this crap in to just make sure you got enough calories. I became a huge fan of containers, and I got a lot of traction on this, and I sold a lot of challenge packs, not because I put a picture of 21 Day Fix Up, but because people could relate to the fact that MyFitnessPal wasn't for them. And, make sure you don't worry about sending out to the masses, because when you are worried about connecting with everybody, then you connect with nobody. So I connected with people who were not fans of MyFitnessPal. And I even connected with people who were, but were like, dang, is this easier than that? I'd love to give that a try. So, I'm in the picture. It's fun. It's colorful. Do I need the text on there? It was in back then when I posted this in November. Is it now? I probably wouldn't put the text on it. I probably would leave it plain. But it's up to you. Honestly, though, just be wary of putting too much text. So if you need inspiration, take a peek at these Facebook pages. These ladies are really great at eye-catching pictures. Notice the angles, notice the lighting, notice there's no text hardly. And, they just have fun with their pictures. So Bonnie Engel, Amy Silverman, Anita Myron, Tara Bialek, and Micah Folsom, they do it right. And they're top coaches for a reason, because they do it right. Of course, they do other things in the background as far as their power of threes and their personal development, which we all know, but social media is very big on attraction marketing, and they attract a lot of people. Just a reminder, don't copy any posts, use them as inspiration, and have fun. So if we have questions, I am going to open this up. Let me stop sharing here. Hold on. So I know Allie had to jump off. She has, how do I stop sharing? There we go. She has to get going, but I am going to, if you have, I can see the chat box now. So if you have a question or, there's a lot of stuff in here. You guys had fun on that chat. So let me know. I'm not going to scroll back up because there's a lot in there. I'll read it after, but let me know if you have questions, and then I can answer them, and I'll unmute you. No questions. None with all that content? There's not a question? Holy moly. Okay. Becky, let me see. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Sure.
So when we're sharing Shakeology pictures, because I'm sorry, I'm at my day job. I had to answer the phone during
No problem.
talk. Should we or should we not show ourselves with the shake? Because before it's been ooh, no.
It depends on how you do it.
Okay.
Like I said, kissing your shake, kind of not the best idea. It was cool for a little while. It was a fun.
Right.
Now it's don't do it. You can hold it up, or there's you got to show them that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could get creative and be in the car and have, it's just honestly, a lot of it's the angle and making it fun. Okay. If you're just I love when I hold this out here and the way the angle, if I can, you should see me do it though. I'm trying to make it right. But it's eye catching, and I really like bright colors. So pinks and what you're wearing really matters. Sometimes I'll be oh, this is no good. Let me go change my outfit, take a quick picture. And I'll tell you, the picture might be 5 of them. Hold on, bad smile. This is it matters. Taking the picture and making it good matters. Don't just snap a pic and post it. I forgot to show you guys. I use some apps. I don't use apps for like texting on stuff. Hold on. But I do use a great app. Where is it? It's called Airbrush. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
It will brighten your eyes. It will make your teeth whiter. It will give you great filters so that if it's not quite bright enough, it will brighten it. Anita Myron's husband taught me something awesome on the Success Club trip, and I'm going to show you guys right now because I blew Allie's mind because he blew my mind. We're at the elite party and we're chatting, and he's like, here, I go, can you take this picture or whatever? And we're chatting. He's like, yeah, no. And I was like, oh, I can't get this light. It's so dark in here. He goes, oh, well, I'll show you how to fix that. You ready? Mind blown. Okay. You tap on something.
Uh-huh.
See that little square? Can you see it?
Yeah.
When you lift up, it brightens. Mind blown, right?
Oh my God. I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
I know. Your life has changed forever.
I'm putting it right now on my phone.
Yeah. I thought that you just put that on the face and that was like you brighten it. No. And you lift up and it brightens it even more.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Anita Myron, for the tip of the day. So this is why she's a top 10, because she has a husband that knows how to brighten pictures on their iPhone. She also has something that I probably should get called a Lumi, and it goes around your phone and you press the button and you can do a selfie and it puts light on you.
Mm-hmm.
That was another epic find from the trip. You're welcome. Any other questions? Nope. Good. Okay. Do you know how to unmute, Jennifer? I can unmute you if you don't. Oh, you good?
Yeah. Okay. Just really quick, because I don't have time. I got to get to work. How did you do that on the phone again? Really fast. So if I have a photo up, how'd you lighten it?
It's not a photo up. It's when you go to take a picture.
When you go to take the picture?
Yeah. So see, I'm like, if I were to take a picture,
yeah,
you tap it and then there's a square and then you lift. You'll just have to play on your phone.
Okay. That, and then, because I don't have a lot of time right now, but this was very enlightening because all of a sudden in the last month I realized, oh, I know how to put text on my pictures now. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been totally doing it like a dork.
No, everybody does it, which is why I'm here to shed the light.
Anymore, because sometimes I'll follow different people and I'll see them, and so I'm like, oh, I've been putting them in like every post lately. Mm-hmm. So I've got some work to do, but I got to run to work, so I will see you or talk to you tomorrow morning.
Yep, you will.
Okay, thank you. That was awesome.
You're welcome. Oh, we have a chat in the Zoom. Oh no. Okay. Anybody else? No. Oh, Lisa, want me to unmute you? Let me figure it out. There you go.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
I am just wondering what right now you are using in terms of automation for your social media aside from Buffer. So are you using like Hootsuite? They switched over to the paid stuff. I know that. Were you ever using Hootsuite before Buffer?
I was. I don't like how the pictures post if you are to use it in a group.
Right.
So I'm a very big fan of Buffer. I pay for it. It's not expensive. It's like
and that's what I'm using right now is the Buffer for Business, and I'm loving it so much that I'm just wanting to make sure that that's what I want to stay with for right now. And that was mostly what I wanted to ask you was in regards to automation.
Yeah. What I love about it is you can rebuffer. So like my coach training, I can rebuffer it from the training before without having to like copy and paste it all. I just hit rebuffer and put it in a new group. So like it's super easy and saves a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Anybody else? Yes, no. Well, thank you all for getting on the call. I hope that it was helpful. If you end up having any other questions, I am available. I'm in Allie's group, so you can tag me if you're on Allie's team. Or if you are in FBN, you can just, once I get the recording up, you can ask questions underneath and I will answer them. Thanks, guys.